This is 93.5 CHMR-FM.
You're listening to 93.5 CHMR-FM, and this is The Aperture, a weekly hour-long discussion of all topics geek culture. I'm one of your hosts, Rory DC.
And I'm Adam the Porch Knight.
And, Adam, do you have any news to go over today before we start the show?
Yeah, I got two things. First news, apparently Call of Duty Ghosts is getting a co-op multiplayer, kind of like Resistance 2. Was that the one that had it?
Oh, okay. Well, Resistance 2 did have its own co-op multiplayer mode, yeah.
It's not like a horde mode or...
Not like a special ops?
No, it's like its own distinct campaign. It's just with multiple players.
Okay, so it's exactly like
At least I think that's what it is. It might just be single player with multiple people, which is an innovation taken from the games such as, Halo from 2001. So it's Anyway, they've hinted, the head writer and designers for Kingdom Hearts over at Square Enix they've hinted that there might be Star Wars characters in the new Kingdom Hearts game, which would make it just about the greatest game ever made. There's a new Ratchet and Clank game. I don't know if you ever played any of those games.
I'm familiar with Ratchet and Clank, of course, Insomniac.
It's called Into the Nexus, and they say it's going to be a return to the traditional Ratchet and Clank game, because apparently I'm not a big Ratchet and Clank fan. Never really played in the games, although I've always wanted to because they've looked like a lot of fun.
Yeah.
It looks like they're trying to go back to the way it was, because I gather from that statement the past couple of games have been kind of like leaving the formula a bit, and the game is about their Ratchet and Clank are transporting these villains to like a prison planet, and they get trapped in the scariest, most haunted portion of space, and you have to try and find their way out, which, it kind of, I guess that's par for the course for Ratchet and Clank. The games always seem to be like really, really like cartoonish and like fun. So
yeah, no, absolutely. That's the vibe I get from them as well.
China, I don't know if you hear about this. China's thinking about lifting its ban on consoles because one of the big, one of the reasons that they're banned in China is because they're not made in China exclusively. So, but I don't know if you heard about this, but the Shanghai has a new free trade zone. And so because of that, they might be able to sell consoles in Shanghai and be imported to other parts of China. So that's kind of interesting.
Yeah, rock
on. So that's
on.
going to introduce a huge new market.
For sure, yeah.
How to Train Your Dragon 2 got a brand new trailer this week. It looks pretty good. I love the first one. Excellent DreamWorks movie.
Go Jay Baruchel.
Yeah.
We support Jay Baruchel on this program.
He's an awesome guy.
Well, not literally support, sort of more morally. There's
we
no actual support going on.
Although if he came in and he had his leg broke, we would probably
we'd help him out.
Yeah, we'd help him out. All the trailers showed was like just Hiccup and Toothless flying around, and not much else. Hiccup got a cool like squirrel suit.
Okay,
I love squirrel suits. They're freaking awesome, and it looks like Toothless is going to be a little bit older. Like in the first movie, he was like 14, 15. Now he looks like 18 or 20. So that's interesting. Apparently, there's a group of crazy people out there who are trying to petition, who started a petition to try and return the X-Bone back to its pre-E3 state in terms of DMR, used games, and online connectivity.
I've heard similar complaints. I remember, I think I was watching like Painkiller already or something.
With Woody?
Woody, yeah. I love Woody. Don't get me wrong, all right? He's a great guy. I've said that before on the program before immediately going to criticize him.
Yeah. About this very topic, I believe.
I think he was one of the gentleman who was particularly upset that they had sort of changed their stance. And no, changing their stance was a good thing. Like, the fan outcry was unbelievable. Right, when they said all that stuff about the DRM and the 24-hour logins, and Woody even himself said he was 80% in the PlayStation camp after that conference. Yeah. So I mean, it was a good move.
To go there, Woody.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, well done. No, well done. I say well done to Microsoft for changing their stance, sort of admitting they were wrong. That's a sign of a good company.
Yeah.
It's not going to make me buy their system, but
Bioware did the same thing with Mass Effect 3. They didn't change the ending, but they greatly expanded upon it, because that's all I really wanted. I didn't have a problem with the ending, except for the fact that a lot of detail was left up to the wind. And they released a DLC for free. It was completely free. And if you download the DLC, you get extended endings, which I loved. It improved the game immensely for me, because I loved the game 100% up until the ending, and the ending was like, it was good. At least my ending was good because there are multiple endings, but I was just like, I could have used more, and that's exactly what they expanded.
Right, and that's it. Contrasts that to Fox Broadcasting Network, who didn't renew Firefly.
Show, didn't we?
They didn't renew They didn't bring back Firefly after fan outcry. They didn't bring back Dollhouse
after fan outcry.
Yeah, after fan outcry. Well, I think that's why. I had heard a suspicion that that's probably why they didn't cancel Dollhouse after the first season.
Yeah.
Was because they were too scared of the Joss Whedon fans again.
Yeah.
Which is nice. But actually, Dollhouse, can I just sort of say this before we get on to the Pixar and whatnot? But that I think Dollhouse Season 2 was actually amazing.
Yeah, it was good.
Yeah. So well done to Joss and Jed. And Marissa. Good job.
There might be an X-Force movie in the works. The people are doing X-Men Days of Future Past, which is the sequel to X-Men First Class. They're talking about they might be doing an X-Force movie. Now, if you're not familiar with the X-Men universe, there are about 100,000 X-Men teams. There's the X-Men, there's the X-Force, there's X-Treme. There's like 18 different types. I'm not kidding. There's at least 5 different incarnations of the X-Force. And the X-Force, I believe, was a 90s creation. It sounds like a 90s creation.
Yeah, it definitely sounds like a 90s creation.
But there's no new news, but that'd be exciting to see because X-Force had people like Archangel and Wolverine and like Psycho-Lock and Phantom Mech and people like that, like cool, and like Colossus and just really cool. Like it was like a X-Men Black Ops team essentially is what it was.
It'll be interesting to see if they pull off some of those X-Men better than X-Men 3, specifically Archangel.
Yeah, I can tell you this. They could have a movie be about Green Lantern, and it would still be a better X-Men movie.
Yeah, I agree.
And last bit of news I have, the U.S. government now acknowledges League of Legends as a sport on par with the NBA, MLB, and NFL.
Really?
I'm not kidding.
That's intriguing. I like that.
They say because now people who are competitors in that can get special visas, like I'm assuming sports people can.
Right, yeah.
So it's interesting.
That's intriguing. Okay, good.
I doubt we'll be seeing a League of Legends league, for lack of a better term.
Well, there is a league, of course.
No, but I mean appearing on
Sports Center.
We're not Korea. We're pretty far from it.
Yeah, well, exactly. Yeah,
geographically
League of Legends is one of those things. I don't play League of Legends. I've always wanted to.
I never have. It's not my thing. I'm not what is it? I forget what the arena style. What's that type of game?
I don't even know what they call it.
I'll look it up, but there's a specific type of name on it.
To get the Wikipedia up here.
Also, went to see a movie this week.
Oh, what movie? I know what movie. Yeah, of course, yeah.
But thanks for leading into that. I really liked it. Now, I should prerequisite by saying I have not seen the book at all. And by seen, I mean read. Like, I've clearly seen the book. I've not read the book at all. I've read the synopsis online, and it looked like because I wanted to know a little bit about the book when I was going in to see the movie. It looks like a really decent book. Yeah. It's something I honestly want to pick up and read, even though I'm kind of done with zombies. The movie, nothing to do with the book, at least what Wikipedia's told me the book is about. But still, one of the best zombie movies I've ever seen.
That's good.
Brad Pitt is Brad Pitt in this movie. He does not try. Like, he's just at no point did I believe that he was his character, because his character, no, it was just because it's it's Brad. He's just
because I quite like Brad Pitt. I totally bought him in Inglourious Bastards.
Oh yeah, so he's a good actor. I just think he phoned it in here a bit. Oh, really? Now maybe it was just the fact that his character is just kind of this average dude. He's a United Nations investigator who goes into he would go into Somalia and trying to find evidence for war crimes and stuff like that, or crimes against humanity. So that's an interesting. I'm glad he's not I thought he's just going to be a Navy SEAL or Delta Commando or whatever. But no, he's a UN investigator. And
I think Brad Pitt does much better when he's eccentric.
Yeah.
Fight Club is a good example. I know you were crazy about Fight Club, but I mean, he was good in
Ocean's 11.
Ocean's 11, exactly. Yeah. Maybe if you make a boy an average Joe, maybe then it takes away some of the magic.
Yeah, he was very average in this, and that's what I would say his performance was. But the character might have been boring, but he was very intelligent, because there's a bit where they're in. I'm not spoiling anything because it's at the beginning of the movie. He's in they're in this apartment building, and you've seen this in the trailers. They're trying to get to the chopper.
Yeah,
get to the chopper. And he has a hunting rifle.
Yeah.
And so they're in this enclosed space, and what does he do? He takes a knife and he tapes it onto the barrel of the gun, so it's a bayonet.
Right, yeah.
And I'm like, that's intelligent. Like, and then another thing he does, he takes like a very